When we identify a problem as being really complex, and particularly within government, we know that that can take a long time to come to any answers around the questions that we're exploring. I work in the operational policy area within registration and licensing. I still remember Assistant Commissioner Bob Hill saying, we've got a big problem, 21,000 number plates being stolen each year, it's catastrophic, and what are we going to do about it? And our responsibility as a regulator is we put number plates on vehicles. So I went back to work and started to have the discussions to really try and understand what actually is the problem. What's the problem of 21,000 number plates being stolen? I can hear that's happening, but what's the impact of that? What do we know about that? We ended up identifying 16 different lives of number plates, and we mapped these into what we call today the world of number plates, and it shows our 16 lives of number plates, but it also highlighted to us the complexity, and it highlighted to us that there were many things we didn't know, and we arrived at the question of what is the role of the visual identifier.
We believe in innovation over replication, which means start with the problem and evolve to what's needed rather than what you know or what you're good at.
Rather than going out to industry with specifications for a solution and what we might do about it, we actually invited them in and said, look, this is the problem we're facing, how would you go about tackling it? So on the day of the ideation session, 30, 40 people just started streaming through the doors.
It was a diverse group of people who saw problems in different ways. We started off quite simply by coming up with a couple of human scenarios around how these type of problems of stolen and cloned number plates impact people. They started to come up with a theme and a topic around how they approach the problem.
So it's a really different way of engaging with industry than what traditionally we would have done. What we asked them to do was, rather than share their IP about how they would tackle this problem, help us construct experiments that would enable them to demonstrate their IP to us, and us were able to see how far they were advanced with actually their technical capability to implement those ideas.
One of those experiments was in using machine learning to be able to use AI to assist in vehicle recognition. Second one was deep learning, where multiple data points can be used for us to become smarter. And the third was anything else that we hadn't thought of.
So we were really trying to also understand through particularly the Shark Tank process, which ones were ready to deploy those solutions and which ones were just ideas about possibilities that they haven't actually really developed the capabilities yet.
And we used our criteria that we designed to figure out what would be the right choice. But it wasn't looking for the right one, it was looking for the right ones and then allocate our budget appropriately.
The process that we've embarked on with Innodev has really enabled us to explore a range of different potential opportunities using new and emerging technologies.
And thinking about the work that we're doing at Innodev in learning more about how we can use technology to improve vehicle identification, then we can start to look at that about its impact on not just road safety, but on the safety of our community. And the moment you try to lock it into being prescriptive, you've missed that little piece of gold, that little piece of imagination that we all have within us that you didn't invite into the equation.
The tribe was many people coming together around the problem, knowing that it needed all of us and the intelligence of a social network to come up with better ways than not one of us could prescribe. Look, this process was successful because we've learned. What we've learned has turned into knowledge that's helping us for our future. And the things that we've learned, nobody could have preempted. And if I asked people to define what the future could look like and what they wrote down, we definitely are in a different place now.
I think this process has been quite unique in we've flipped things around a little bit and gone out with a problem rather than with a solution. So it's enabled us to go to industry much earlier than we otherwise would have.
If you can invite someone like Innodev in and you're prepared to be very open, to listen, to explore, you are going to get a benefit.